flying down MacArthur Highway probably 50 miles an hour, but for all the bumps and cracks in the road it felt like 100. By the time we got to the first sizable town, we were all ready to see the gates of Clark. As we were leaving the town, someone noticed a large crowd beside the road with a couple of Americans standing around. The big one had a bad bloody face. The bus turned around and went back. The one with the bloody face was Garwood. Someone had rolled a palm tree out in front of his motorcycle and he had crashed. He really wasn't hurt, just a lot of road rash. I mean, he looked like hell. His motorcycle was nowhere to be found. Champion had been about 50 feet behind him, but could not stop fast enough to prevent the Slicky boys from taking off with Garwood's motorcycle. A couple of Filipino constabulary types wandered by and started talking about giving Garwood a ticket for not having control of his motorcycle and reckless driving. Sergeant Coker paid them off, and all of us got back on the bus, including Garwood, and had an uneventful trip back to Clark. Someone had cleaned Garwood off with the unfinished contents of a Jim Beam bottle. That was the closest thing we had on the bus to anything antiseptic. The worst thing that happened besides the theft of the bike was the sunglasses. Garwood always wore them, and now they had been broken. When we pulled into the driveway at the barracks, everyone was singing and was happy about the trip. I was still hurting from the sunburn. A couple of the guys were talking about going to the hospital because of their burn. Coker told them that if they missed work because of sunburn, they would get an Article 15. One of the blonde-haired Ferguson guys didn't believe him, and next week he was an E2. That night we all headed off for the shift. A couple of new guys had shown up, so I felt I wasn't a nug anymore. Sergeant Guppy explained that I'd be a nug until the day I died. Sergeant Guppy added a few other disparaging remarks replying prior to his departure. Nyander told Waltmeyer and I to listen to him with a grain of salt. Supposedly he had a girlfriend in Manila who was real high class. One time he had shown me and another guy a Filipino constabulary badge to someone and told them he was a lieutenant in that service. But I must say Guppy knew his stuff about the comm center. After about an hour into the shift, I heard something bonging back towards the QC position. I knew there was another room back there that was always lights off. A couple of spec flies hung around back there with their KSRs and patch cords that appeared to be snaking from Medusa's head. Toilet paper from the latrines. We're having to spend way too much of the budget on toilet paper. The company commander and I have come up with a solution to remedy the situation. First thing in the morning, everyone will be signed for a roll of toilet tissue from here in the orderly room. Each row will have 365 sheets on it, so there will be an annual occurrence with no exception. If you PCS before the 365 days is up, you will be accountable for what's supposed to be left over. Don't loan your toilet paper to anyone, not to your best buddy. Now, looking at a few of your faces, men, I see some of you that don't comprehend the semantics of making a roll of toilet paper last for a full year. Well, for those of you who are not so enlightened, I'll explain it, but only once. Damn it, men, you all are supposed to be in the top 10%, and this is so simple. I can't see how some of your skulls can be so thick. Tomorrow morning, after you're issued your roll, you will go upstairs to the latrine and take it up. Make sure it's a good one that lasts you for 24 hours. I'd suggest that this evening, possibly, you eat a lot of fiber and don't drink so much. That will help. After dropping your load, peel off one, and I say only one sheet. Fold that sheet in half, then tear out a small hole on the folded edge. Insert your finger through the hole and insert it in your rectum. Withdraw the finger and clean your ass at the same time. Now take that sheet of toilet paper that you have up around your knuckles and clean off your finger. It is very important that you do a good job, or else you'll be walking around the rest of the day smelling that finger. And oh, by the way, I hope you didn't throw that small piece of toilet paper away that you got from the edge, because that's what you use to clean your fingernail with. And also, Ed, starting tomorrow morning, I will not be shaking hands with any of you.
Take me back to the place I love. Take me back to the place I love. Take me back to the place I love. Take me back to the place I love.
I remember when we were kids, having barbecues in the bukid. When the brownouts came, we were never alone. We just played in the streets till the lights came on. 6 o'clock in the morning, bakery just opened. You can smell the bread, it was cooking from a mile away. Ain't nothing like a fresh piece of starch today in Manila. Manila, Manila. I'm coming back to Manila. I'm coming back to Manila. I'm coming back to Manila. Take me to the jeepney, take me to the place where, back to the kids in the park where we played all day. Some had a shit for a home, but it was all okay. Cause in Manila we all the same. Everybody's looking for things to change. Everybody here, that's how it is. We didn't care much cause we were kids. Oh, Manila, Manila. I'm coming back to Manila. I'm coming back to Manila. I'm coming back to Manila.
I've been gone for a minute, but I'm on the next flight. And the plane man says we can make it by night. Can't wait to touch down in my old hometown. Had a girl, we used to kick it, but I doubt she's still around, yo. It's all good, cause I'm back in the jungle where the girls in bikinis all come in a bundle. And pain and poverty is everywhere, but when the smoke all clears, it's only love in the air. I've been gone too long. Yep. I'm coming home, coming back to the place I love, 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 love. Yeah, I'm coming back to the place I love, yo. I said, Babalika Posa, Manila, Manila, Babalika Posa, Manila, Manila, Babalika Posa, Manila, Manila, Babalika Po, Babalika Po, Babalika Posa, Manila, Manila, Babalika Posa, Manila, Manila, Babalika Posa, Manila, Manila.